Stampers, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. I have a card today. We're nearing November, so on November 2nd, my online class for the Curvy Celebrations bundle will close, and I think I'm only going to offer this once because it's a limited edition stamp set. So I wanted to make sure that you all are aware of it, so you don't miss it and then later go, oh, how did I miss that? Because I want to take a second to explain it to you, and then I will be back with another video because I'm swapping with some of the girls in my group. Most of them, a lot of you may have seen before because they're the ones that I often do Facebook live events with, and they're all fabulous stampers. So I have their cards downstairs and I'm getting ready to mail some of them back to them. So I have samples made by all of them, one from each set. So you'll get to see more than just my artwork, which I know you all like to see that. So what this is, it's 2 stamp sets, 1 set of dies, and then a set of paper, and 6x6 set of paper. So I'm trying to think of the easiest way to explain it to you. This is curvy, quite curvy, and it comes with the dies. This stamp set and the dies will be in the upcoming January to June mini catalog. It's so much fun, and the dies are a lot of fun. They do some really cool things. They're very unique. They're very different. There is a little bit of a learning curve, which is appropriate for the name of the stamp set. And then the paper, I don't have it laying here, and I'm not using it on today's card, but you can see it if you go to my website. I'll have the link. And then this set, Curvy Christmas, I have already had a video that just posted right before this one, a day or so before. This is only available in November or while supplies last. It goes with the dies. So if you get the dies in January and then in February you start seeing things like with the stars or the bow or the little trees, because even though it's a Christmas set, it's really only the words. All the rest of it, there's a snowflake, but really only the words are Christmassy. So you might be saying, oh, I already have the dies. No, I'd really like to have this to go with it. You won't be able to get it. So I want to make sure that you know that in November, you can get all of it. And once November's over, or if these run out before that, which they aren't likely, it's the paper that could run out, since Stampin' Up! Makes their own stamps. But I have an online class. And because the dies do have a little bit of a learning curve, and you know me, a lot of times once I'm done with a set or a bundle, then sometimes I don't go back to it right away. So get on the online class, and it's going to come with the projects will come with a little, I can't think of the word, a little template to help you line up all of your dies for the different projects. So it includes both stamp sets, the dies, the paper, and then the supplies to make 4 projects along with that template. There is an online version as well if you are international and you can't buy that, or if you're a demonstrator and you already have it. The online version, you won't get the template because they don't mail you anything. So both of those are available. You can go to the class tab on my website and register for that there. Registration does end November 2nd, and there won't be a second option because by then we'll be into Thanksgiving and my birthday and Christmas, and I'm not doing another class where I have to cut paper. So one shot to get in on this super fun class. I am going to order all of the supplies on November 3rd, which is the first day it is available for us to order for customers. And I will have all the projects. They're already all sketched out. So I will get them as soon as all the stuff gets to me. I'm going to turn it right back around and get it out to you. So you'll have it in plenty of time to still make Christmas projects with it. So what I'm going to show you now is my swap. I'm just about ready to finish the last couple of them to send out to the girls I'm swapping with. And because of the way I'm doing it, I thought I would stop right in the middle. I just have to glue some of them together, but I needed to cut a tiny bit more of this beautiful rainbow glimmer paper. So I'm going to show you how to make a really fun card, so bright and cheery. It's not a Christmas card. I'm using the quite curvy stamp set. So let me aim my camera down and I'll show you how to do it. It's a super quick card. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so this is a Slimline card, and I am using the rainbow glimmer paper. I am using black cardstock for the base, and for my Slimline cards, I have cut the card 8 by 7 3/4. So I need to fold it in half on the 7 3/4 side. It's easier if you score it. But my table's too full with all the other stuff that I have going on because I was just finishing these up. And I have other projects here. I have some November things, November classes that I want to show you. So those are getting ready to be filmed as well. So my table space is kind of little right now. So here's the Slimline card. And then I've cut these. They are about, you can see they're ready. This isn't going to be an extra. They are a little bit wider than I'm going to need them because I have, that way if I need to trim them, and they're a little bit shorter because I like to have the black. So they, not quite, they're a little under 4 inches, and then just however long they were. Then I just took out the Your 1 in a Million. Everybody's card's a little bit different because all this paper is a little bit different. And so every card's going to be more than a little bit different. They're all going to be the same but different. And when I'm all done with all of them, I will take a picture. So I'm just going to stamp the Your 1 in a Million. And I want my million to be kind of straight and kind of down because I do have some ribbon that I'm going to put up there. So stamp this. I'm standing up because I moved the camera and I often stamp standing up. Well, and that's atrocious because I was looking up. That's why God gave us 2 sides of paper. There we go. That's much better. So I've got the 1 in a Million, Your 1 in a Million, and I knew I wanted the million kind of swoopy down there. So that's all the stamping that we have for this. A lot of the girls in their swaps, they used the birds. So then I'm just, for this one, the only die I'm using is this little swappy, the little swoop, and it's got the holes in it. And I've stopped, it was taking me too long to get all of the little things out, the little dots. And in the long run, it didn't matter to me if they had the dots or not. So these are all cut 3 3/4. So I guess my paper's 3 3/4 by about 2. Some of them are a little bit larger than 2. Some are a little bit smaller. It's important they're the same size this way. It doesn't matter so much if they're the same size this way. So then you can do 2 at a time. So just lay 2 on here. And then every time I just kind of lined up a different swoopy. So just put them in here. That's why everybody's card's different, because everybody has a different color. Everybody has different angles of swoops, because you're going to be able to use both sides of cardstock. And when you're doing this, you can see I've used older plates. Those of you in my cut and emboss class, we've talked a lot about using plates. So but this Glimmer paper, it doesn't, trying to think which direction I just went. It doesn't stick in the plates. The other thing that happened once I stopped pushing all those little dots out, it leaves a nice perforation in these, but it stops making a giant mess on my floor. So I'm trying to angle for my die's sake. I'm angling it a different direction. I'm doing 2 at a time. See, it leaves a nice perforation, but they stopped falling all over my floor. So for this card here, I'll just grab some of the different colors. And then I just angled these different, so it was going through different shapes, and then every time I was flipping that a different direction. Because these were older plates, but they're fine for paper that's not white or paper that's not going to get scratches in it. So I'm going to cut a few more of these and then I will be back. Okay, so I have several of these now. I still have some paper over here. You just pull them all apart, and then this is where the fun really starts. I kind of separated them by ones that had dots and ones that weren't, because you're going to use all of them. And then I still have a bunch over here in case I need those. So then just take your Stampin' Seal. It's important. Well, it's not like the end of the world if you don't have Stampin' Seal. The Stampin' Seal makes it easy to work with because you know it's repositionable. So if you stick one in here and you don't like it, then you can move it. So start with one on the bottom that has a nice corner. It can go either direction. And these go off the sides of the paper because This paper is cut a little bit smaller than this paper. So put one there, and then you just start layering it. But before I did them all, I just found one that would kind of fit the swoop up here that I kind of liked. So you can see it might need one that goes that direction. So that's a good one. I don't have quite enough adhesive up there. So now we can work down. So now you just start filling in, and you kind of alternate colors. Just lift these up, and because that seal is repositionable, you literally just slide these in, line the edges up, but it doesn't matter if you line them all the way up because we are going to trim them off when we're done. That's why my paper itself is a little bit smaller. In fact, sometimes to get it to look right, sometimes these will be all the way crooked off the page, and it doesn't matter because of the way we're going to fix them. The main thing is just kind of alternating the color. And some of mine over here, when I got to the end of the paper, they were really small, but they worked nicely as just kind of fill-ins. Like right here, I can get kind of a double, and that's gonna, so it's kind of fun, but you can see why everybody's card's gonna be a little bit different, and everybody's is a little bit different according to how high I got their stamped. The first one I made, I stamped really high, and I was like, this is beautiful, but it's gonna take a whole lot of paper if I do them like this. So then I kind of lowered them. I need a blue one. Where's one of the blue pieces? And again, because I've used the Stampin' seal, if I want to pick any of these up, I can. But those look good. So, like once you're done, you can go back in with some glue dots and stick those down if any of them aren't stuck, or you can just lift them up, like right here, and just start adding some seal. The nice thing about the Glimmer paper is that it doesn't really bend. Then just take a trimmer. That one's not gonna work. So I'll run over to my guillotine and I'll trim these off, and then I'll be right back. So you can just take some glue dots now. And I haven't done this to all of mine. I'm just about finished with my swaps. I need to do just a couple more things at paper cut. But just go ahead and stick any of those down that are kind of sticking up higher. But it's so pretty, isn't that pretty? And then this is the twine that comes from our Playful Pets. I love this twine. It may be in the pet thing, but it's the other ones, it's a combo, and the other one is red and white, and this one's just the black and white stripe. So it's very versatile. You can use it on whole lots of things. You're just gonna tie this on here. You don't have to tie a bow, just tie a fun little knot. And I've just doubled it over because it's not super thin, but double looks a little bit more than, you just notice it a little bit more. So just tie that around. And you just cut them so you have some little doinies. You can unravel it if you want, or you can just leave it like that. And then you can see, that's why I liked that black border. That's why my first one, I had it full and it was gonna take way more paper, especially because I was doing a lot of them. But it also, I liked the black. I just liked the black contrast with all those colors. And see, don't feel bad if you make a mistake when you stamp, just like I did at the beginning. If you make a mistake, just flip it over and stamp again. And I debated whether to put it down here in the middle, and I ended up in the middle. I kind of like it. And then I'm always sad when we don't have any black embellishments, but you can take your blend. So I just took the blend with our copper stars. If you get the Christmas set, there are some stars, so you could stamp some black stars, but I didn't want to put black stars on this for later in case people are like, where did you get the star? And they miss out on that first, on the Christmas one. And they don't have the star set because you could stamp a little black star. But I just colored the copper stars out of the annual catalog. So here's this one. Some of the other ones aren't where I can reach them. But here's this one. So this one has more because they're skinnier, and then this is the taller one. I think this is the taller one. So now they've gotten a little shrunker than that first one that I did. I did cut that paper down when I realized it was going to take lots of cardstock to make those work. So I hope you like that. I would love for you to join me in my online class. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And they're just, when you do an online class with me, they're not Zoom. You don't have to show up. It's not on Facebook. It's just, if you're watching me on YouTube, that's what it is. You get a private link. So usually if there are multiple cards, which this one is 4, this one will probably be in 2 separate videos, and you just get the links to those. If you have questions, you email me or comment in the video below. And you just work along with the video. So it's not anything scary. It's a do it at your own time. Do it in your pajamas. Save it. Do the 2 Christmas ones now. Save the other 2 for the depths of January when you're snowed in and can't do anything else. So they're not scary, and you don't need anything special to do it. So that's what I have for you today. Everybody have a great one. Bye.